Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 131 today, and after a long club career in the last episode, we moved in to international management for the World Cup with England. We had a pretty shocking result at the end of the last episode, that of course in the group stages against Cameroon. But I can confirm we still won the group because Chile did us a massive favour. But what that means is that we face South American opposition again in the shape of Ecuador, the lowest ranked side we've faced in the competition so far. This should be an England win, but so should Cameroon. We've dominated both games, we've not been able to get the goals that our performances have merited. And today we need our strikers to hit top gear, particularly unemployed. So if you're looking forward to seeing if we can get to the last 16, which we will play in this episode if we get there, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content. Our Build a Nation with Bangor City is absolutely flying at the minute. So if you haven't seen that playlist yet and you're sad this one's coming towards an end, please do check it out in the eye above. There's also links to the Twitch channel and the new food channel too. So please do follow us everywhere else as well. But let's go and talk about England, build up to this game, and talk about the bizarre match we were involved in the group stages against Cameroon. Because those of you that were here know the expected goals was like 4.5. And we lost 2-1 when they had 2 shots on target. But look at this for a group. We got through courtesy of the best goal difference. Because those 2 stoppage time goals against Chile now got us through to the last 32. It was as simple as that. Cameroon then lost 4-1 against Chile. I'm not quite sure. They could have gone out and just played for a draw. Or maybe they did and it went wrong. I don't know. But it worked out for us. We're through on 3 points. Chile are through on 3 points. And Cameroon remarkably out on 3 points. I don't know if any of the other groups finished like that. Let's have a look at what else was going on. It looked like all of the others, there were point separations. So Portugal, Syria and Jamaica. Saudi Arabia through Iran. So actually a lot of those sides from the Middle East doing very well. So certainly progress from that continent. But for us, it's all about Ecuador today. If we can get through that to the last 16, we're one more step closer to embarrassment being avoided. We are expected to reach the semi-final, which, I don't know, we're not one of the top 4 sides in the world. So I would say quarters is realistic. But I want to get past this round and the last 16. I've no idea who we get if we get through. Is there anything that says it? No, just says winners qualify for the quarter-final. So we don't know which way that's going to pan out yet, who we'll end up facing. But we can't worry about that till we've done the job. We've seen already that things can go very wrong in this World Cup. And if we go out of the last 32, we'll be finishing after a big successful career with a sacking. Let's go and get in though and pick our lineup. Because for the first time, we've got Patrick Southern fit for this tournament. So my plan is that he's going to be on the bench today because he's only just returned. And then later on in the match, if we're through, if we're comfortable, we'll bring off Lambert for him and just give him 20 minutes. I mean, based on the yellow card situation, it might even be Ralph I take off. Depends what sort of shape we're in. The rest of the team, though, I don't really feel like changing too much. I know we've had to make a couple from the last game. Walters has come back in for Moore as an example. SEM for Bellingham. But this is the lineup that is our strongest. And if we put in the centre-half Southern as well, that will be our first 11 that played in a lot of qualifying. So that means for today, we've got Neil Merritt in goal, Simpson and Smith are the fullbacks, with Lambert and Ralph at centre-half, Essien and Sarpong centre-mids, Walters and Rayner on the wings, and then Derek Rawson behind Ant Folwell. Scored loads of goals in qualifying, scored goals in the friendlies warming up, but just not hit the party here. So I'm not sure what's happened to him. I'm hoping he can find form. If not, next game, maybe we move him out to the left and we put Parks up front. We've got to get to that next game first, though. Let's get into the first of hopefully today's 2 games and see if we can reach the last 16. We'll have a look at Ecuador when we get in as well. So with confirmation of the 2 changes, we're essentially back to the side that played the first match. We know that Guerrero is a top-class striker for Ecuador, and he's playing in the 3rd position from the end, which would suggest they're going quite attacking here. So he's playing on the right-hand side, but Guerrero is world-class. He's at Man United on 250 grand a week. He's a top-class striker. I'm guessing if he's out there, the centre-forward must be pretty good too, the skipper. Not really, but he's a bit more of a focal point, and he's still very good. So we've got to watch out for him. On the left, Guevara is a bit more average. So actually, this team's a little bit weaker. They've still got some really good players in there. Espinoza, a left-back. One of our clubs tried to sign before. Can't remember which one. Must have been a recent one, because he's only 21. Washington Garcia is a solid centre-mid. but we are a better side than them. If we can keep Guerrero quiet, we really should be winning this match. We've said all this before though. Let's get into the first half and see if we can actually do it when we get on the pitch. And we're here straight from the kickoff as Ant Folwell plays to Essien, gives it to Michael Ralph, the centre half. I'd really love a positive, ruthless start because we've wasted so many chances in the first two matches. Be a good time to find form as one's cleared off the line. Brilliant ball across the corridor. The keeper dived for it, the attackers were flying in, the defenders were trying to stop it. But it somehow didn't squirm its way in as Smith throws into Rayner. Essien to Walters, edge of the box. Spins and gives it to Simpson. Chance to shoot, but he's got four in the middle. It's deflected in off Espinosa. And with just 6 minutes gone, we're ahead courtesy of an own goal. To be fair to the young left-back, if he hadn't got a touch on it, Walters was there, Folwell was there, they would have just tapped it in. But it's 1-0 after 6 minutes. And what a complete contrast to the other games so far. The last episode, we had about 20 shots on target before we could score anything. Here, we've yet to have one and we're ahead. As Simpson plays in behind to Folwell. We would love to find our goal-scoring boots now. But Folwell puts that one straight at the keeper. Tried to give him the eyes, go to the outside post, and then just knocked it past him on the near side. But the keeper was wise to it. It's a very good save. And to be fair, it looks like we've had a 10-day rest and we've got the fresh legs. I think it was 8 days off we had in total. So the match loads light as Essien delivers. Aaron Smith to Rayner to Smith. What a save by the keeper. Maldonado tips wide. Don't tell me we've met yet another goalkeeper having the game of his life. As Rayner delivers to the front post, Guerrero heads clear. Lambert will recycle it. Positive 25 minutes though. Not quite as free-flowing, not as many chances created. We've scored the goal as Rayner delivers again. Headed away at the far stick. Walters will go and get there on the right-hand side. And he's just got to pick his right option. Cuts inside with the ball. He's got loads of players up there. Rawson finds Rayner. It's a brilliant move. And Maldonado saves again. Surely not every goalkeeper has the game of his life against England. As Rayner delivers the corner. Campana, the striker, heads away. And Smith wins it back for Lambert. Out to Rayner. Please get us the second. We don't want to repeat a Cameroon. Sarpong loses out in a challenge. Rayner wins it back. Brilliant work. Essien. Sarpong. Essien again to Smith. He's got two in behind. He goes into the box himself. It's a brilliant game of football. Smith delivers. Espinosa heads clear. Sarpong's there again. We're just camped in the final third. Simpson through. He's just overhit. And Maldonado gets there. Excellent half an hour from England. I've got to go and look at Maldonado. We want the Ecuador formation up. He's already best player on the pitch. Look at him. He's a very average goalkeeper in terms of attributes. And he's just been inspired again. I don't know why it happens against us every single time. So it's a long ball forward towards Guerrero, the danger man. Aaron Smith heads away. He's back into midfield and flicked on. And the only Lambert can bring down. Probably his last game of the tournament, if Southern can stay fit. As Smith gives it to Rayner on the left. We'd love a second before half-time. And we've deserved it yet again. As Rayner's got two over on the right. Goes alone though. It's a brilliant run. Through to Essien. Has to score. And Abubakar Essien does score. Giovanni Rayner, one of the best players on the pitch again. And it's going to be 2-0 at half-time. And surely this one's going to be plain sailing. Fingers crossed at least. There is the whistle. A scintillating display from England. I've really enjoyed watching it. And now, what I'm going to do is a bit of an experiment. We've been brilliant so far. But I want to try and preserve legs. Because we've got to bear in mind that we're now going to be playing every 4 or 5 days. We're not going to have that week-long rest again. So what I'm going to do is just completely change up the tactic, which we've done before. We're going shorter passing. We're going for a lower tempo. But we're also just going to try and press a little bit less urgently. So we're going to press more urgent rather than extremely. We're still going to play the offside trap. But we're also going to slow the pace down. We're also just going to make sure we time waste a little bit at a time. And we're just going to try and keep the ball and see if that works out for us. So let's get through the dressing room into the second half. Promising signs so far in this one. As we're 3 minutes gone in the second half, we're back with a throw-in in our own half. Smith and Rayner linking up for the umpteenth time today. Of course, Tottenham teammates probably does help, as Folwell gets to the byline. Still waiting for his first goal. It's been brought down there. That's got to be a penalty. We're going to VAR, and if we can get the third, we can then start to think about changes, which would be lovely. We can give Southern half an hour. We can rest a couple of the attacking players, and it would just give us a real breather. I think Rawson's the best penalty taker and will still be in charge of these duties. Had a good game. Can he make it 3? Rawson puts it in the bottom corner. England are going through to the last 16 and we're going to be able to make changes. I am so happy with this performance. Yes, we got lucky with Chile battering Cameroon. We're making up for it now as Simpson throws on the right. Rawson's down again. Was that in the box? We might have another penalty here. It's one of those that's right on the cusp of the line. He fell outside, but I think the push came from within the box. So I think this is going to be a penalty here. I've been wrong before though. Let's see what happens. The referee is on his way back. Is he going to give it? No, free kick outside the box. So look, dilemma time. The attacking midfield 3 are the 3 that need a rest. Aaron Smith's got a yellow card. Ralph is the only one that's on a yellow, so if he gets a yellow, he'll be suspended. But I'm going to rest legs instead. I'll trust Ralph not to get booked. Lambert's going to go out to left back so I can give Aaron Smith a rest. Southern will come on just to make his comeback for the last half an hour. We'll then take off the 2-star men. Walters I can interchange with Mamor. I'm not that worried about. But Rayner and Rawson need to be protected. So Rayner is going to be replaced by... No, we will bring Mamor on. Let's give him a go. Inverted winger on attack. He'll be fine. And then Rawson is going to be replaced by Jack Deal. And we've got half an hour to keep this comfortable. So we've got a corner kick with Deal on the left-hand side. In swinger. Sarpong finds Mamor. It's off the bar. Sarpong's still going and is cleared behind again. I've just made a couple more tactical tweaks you might be able to see behind my head. We've gone for the opportunity to put the tempo right down. Time waste a bit more. Keep possession. Not run with the ball quite so much. And hopefully that'll just save the legs a bit further. Ralph is still on a yellow card. He's 1 away from suspension. But surely there's not going to be a big threat now. They've not even had a shot on target all match. So as long as Ralph avoids a yellow and we don't get any injuries in the last 10 minutes, this has probably been a perfect game. But now he's managed to get one. Absolutely ridiculous. So Ralph will miss the last 16 match now. And we'll have 2 left-footed centre-halves as the ball goes up to Mamor. Cutting in from the left-hand side. Delivers to Deal. It's a brilliant finish. 4-0. A wonderful display. The problem with the last 16 is I'm guessing we're going to get a tougher match. I mean, I'd actually think, based on the way the fixtures are panning out, we'll probably get the winner of Germany-Brazil, which could be a real test. Although Germany haven't been that great in this save recently. But if we can make sure that we get through that one, then Ralph will be back for the last 8 and we won't have to worry. As Folwell picks it up on the right-hand side. It'd be the icing on the cake if he gets his first goal of the tournament. But he's shot straight at Maldonado. I don't know what to do with him. He's the only one that's not really hit form yet. Though maybe he'll do it later on. A 4-0 win for England. A perfect start to the episode. And now we've got a last 16 game to look forward to. We'll be back in a moment to find out who we're facing. And of course, to see if we can get through. Well, I predicted right. Germany beat Brazil 2-1, and that is the outcome. Now, we had Germany in our Nations League group, the first matches when we took charge, and they finished bottom of the group. We did really well against them. However, they're 3rd in the world rankings. If we go and take a look at that, just so you can see by comparison where we are, the world rankings are as follows. We're in 6th place. Germany have just shot past us to 3rd because of good form into the tournament. And obviously us losing the Cameroon game probably didn't help. Brazil were 8th, they're out. I wonder how some of the others are getting on. Because so far, this has been a pretty comfortable draw for us. Now, we're going to get a massive test. So England v Germany in a moment in the last 16. There's bad history in that front, isn't there? But hopefully, it'll be like the real Euro 2020. We wouldn't mind if we can get through that way. I'll see you in a moment. Well, just as a quick stop off, we're not going to take it because we're not going to go back to club management after this. But you asked what sort of clubs we were getting an offer from. PSG, who have won the French League 7 years in a row, have offered us one of the biggest jobs in European football. So this is a massive job offer. And if we were continuing the save, this would be the perfect sort of club to go to. They've got a 31-year-old Ansu Fati who's brilliant. And they've got some really quality players in this side. However, we're not going back to club management. So at the moment, we're going to say no to that job. But it just shows if we wanted to carry on this career for all time, the offers are there because of the clubs we've succeeded at. Okay, we know our assignment. We are facing Germany in the last 16 of the World Cup. And based on last time and how the fixtures worked out, if we get through, I think we know our assignment. It's Greece or Croatia. We'll wait and see if that pans out again. But this is probably the toughest test we're going to face up until possibly the final if we make it. We're facing a side ranked 3rd in the world who have had a brilliant 2034 so far. And we've got a couple of problems of our own. Patrick Southam now has to start because Ralph is suspended. That didn't pay off. We should have just rested him. Walters is tired, so we're going to bring Moore back in. And the rest of the side is going to stay as it is. I'm a little worried about Ant Folwell, but I'm not going to take the action just yet. And we just have to hope. That's all we can do at this point. Let's go and get into it. 2 changes made. Southam enforced for the suspended Ralph. And then Walters absolutely shattered, replaced by Moore. The other 9, we need to be heroes. Ralph, we need to take off the bench because he can't be involved in the squad today. Let's see if we can make it count. England v Germany in the last 16. We need a repeat of the Euros in real life here. Now, we know Parensen very well from Barcelona. He was more than a thorn in our side. He devastated us. He caused us nightmares towards the end of that season. So let's tell the lads to pick up where they left off. Let's go and get into the first half. We just have to hope here. We'll get an early gauge of how the game's going. Fingers crossed we don't concede an early goal. But against a really strong attacking side, the last thing we wanted is our best centre-half out. As Parensen's got a free kick on the right-hand side. Been a quiet 10 minutes here. Ball into the box. Kaufman heads in. So easy from a set piece as well. That's a horrendous goal to concede. What I was going to say is the only benefit we might have had is that obviously Parensen plays for Barcelona, as did Ralph. So he might have been able to give some tips as we put a free kick in. And there's the difference in delivery. That was atrocious. Straight at the goalkeeper. He clears long downfield. Smith wins the header to Rayner. We need to get back on terms early here. As Sarpong tries to get it through, Folwell can't get on the end of it. As Rayner gets in down the left. Back to Rawson, edge of the box. Turns his man inside out. Goes for the shot. Brilliant from Derek Rawson. Absolutely brilliant. 1-1. Fired it into the roof of the net. An exceptional footwork beforehand. What a 15 minutes this has been. Well, again, half an hour gone. We've had the better of the game slightly in terms of stats. By no means the dominance we've had in the other 3 games. But we're still keeping it a 1-1. And we've just got to make sure we peg them back. As Moore gets it on the right-hand side. Lovely reverse ball to Folwell. Oh, he just can't score a goal at the moment. If Ant Folwell was in scoring form, we'd probably have won every game by 5 or 6. As Rayner puts the corner in, Essien heads just over. 2 great chances go begging in the space of a minute. But it's been a promising display. Despite not having much of the possession, we are keeping this game well under control. Half time then, and bar possession, we have dominated the stats. We're going to try and push forward in this second half because Germany are here for the beating. We've done it in the Nations League, and I believe we can do it here as well. But really, we need Ant Folwell scoring. I might even have to take him out the team soon. As Rawson plays it to Smith, the left back. Through to Folwell. Oh, the flag's up. Of course the finish is perfect when he's offside. Of course it is. Please VAR do us a favour. I know it's not gonna. But we could have just hoped. A clear offside, no goal. But Ant Folwell at least hit the target. Maybe he'll take that into the normal strikes now. As we've got a throw on the right with Simpson. Moore goes up but it's headed away from him. Southern picks it up. Finds Essien. He's had a solid game so far, Southern, in fairness to him. As Simpson releases Rawson, it's a brilliant ball. Lays it back for Folwell on a plate. And a tap in from 3 yards. And might just be the most important moment of this World Cup for us. Ant Folwell is on the score sheet. Rawson turns provider. And England have the lead. This is what we're talking about. We're going to have to think about changes soon because with an hour gone, Sarpong in a holding role is shattered. I don't know if that's a knock or something because he wasn't one of the most tired at the end of the last game. As Muller gets it on the right-hand side for Germany. Not like this. Kaufman's in again. What on earth was the keeper doing? Oh, what a stupid goal to concede. We're going to take Sarpong off. We'll bring on Omar Kane. But that is so frustrating. I know Kaufman's a top-class player. We've come up against him many times in our career. But seriously, there's got to be a little bit of effort there. Essien's knackered. The attacking midfielders are knackered too. And we've got a goal kick. I'm just seeing what changes we could make. As we've got a goal kick with merit. Takes it short to Southern. Simpson's knackered at right back as well. We're going to have to think very carefully here. As Simpson gives it to Moore in the middle. Finds Rawson. We need another moment of magic from him. But the through ball is really poor. It's a long ball over the top from Germany. They're beating us so easy there now. Parensen gets in. It's saved by Merritt. But we're starting to look poor. We're going to make some changes now. 15 to go. I'm going to have to take Simpson off. He's getting skinned down that flank. Tristan Harvey, the fresh legs. And then it's either Essien or Rayner. Do you know what? I'm going to gamble. Rayner's coming off. Parks is coming on. Folwell will go on the left-hand side. Thomas Parks through the middle. Last time he beat Germany at home in the Nations League, Parks got both. Let's hope he does it again. Well, the 4 minutes of stoppage time are up. Of course, a game against Germany is going to go to extra time. Let's tell the lads to keep it up for the fans. I don't actually know who to make as the extra sub at this point. We could take Moore off on the right wing. And we could take Essien off in the middle. I think we have to do that. Just so we've got the freshest possible legs. Jude Bellingham on. And it gives us some legs in the middle. Fingers crossed that they'll pay off. It looks like Kaufman's come off now as well. Which is a big help to us. And hopefully we can make that advantage count in extra time. Southern back in the team, having to play 120 minutes. Far less than ideal. As Folwell tries to nick it on the left. Can't quite get there before the right back. Though he does win it back second time. Folwell comes through the centre circle. Trying to skin the whole team here. He's going alone to the right wing. And in the end, he runs into a blind alley. The players supporting him didn't do a great job there. Didn't give him a good run. And now Jaeger can bring it away. I'm really concerned that, again, after being the better side in this match, we're going to throw it away. As Folwell picks it up for the second time. Switches right to Moore. Brilliant ball for Thomas Parks. Oh, he thunders the crossbar. How on earth did he not hit the target there? It was a whisker away from perfection. But he just panicked and tried to hit it too hard. And in the end, it thunders off the bar. As the through ball to Perenson's intercepted at the other end by Lambert. He gives it to Smith and Folwell. Rawson. Charging forward again, has been the star man here, but he's running out of steam. Gives it to Moore though. Back to Parks. He's hit the bar again. You've got to be joking. This time it's a brilliant strike from 20 yards. But Thomas Parks has thundered the crossbar twice in 10 minutes. As Moore loses out from the corner, Southern picks it up. And we go all the way back to halfway. How frustrating is that? 100 minutes gone. Again, we're dominating. But we're starting to fail to hit the target every single time. It's 2-2 at half-time in extra time. There's no subs remaining. We've just got to hope. As Harvey throws into Bellingham on the right. Takes it back to the fullback again. He's got a man inside of him in Moore. Bellingham gives it to him. Can he deliver? Parks is in there. Oh my words. He's headed over from 5 yards. How are we not ahead in this game? Perenson's gone off injured. Germany are down to 10. I'm utterly speechless at the fact we're not winning this match. And I have been in 3 of the 4 games at various stages. As Smith gets it on the left-hand side to Kane. Surely we can get the winner. Folwell on the left side. Cuts it back to Bellingham. To Kane. He's got both fullbacks in support. Finds Smith on the left. Delivers to Parks. 4th time lucky for Thomas Parks. 3-2 England. Parks with the goal. Our first ever wonder kid managed in this save. That was back at Tottenham Hotspur. And he's just scored what could be the winning goal in the last 16 of the World Cup. We're going to drop to balanced. I think we're going to do it. I mean, Germany, since Kaufman went off, have shown no threat whatsoever. And after extra time, England win by 3-2. A brilliant display from the 3 Lions. But the problem is now, we're not going to have fresh legs for the last 8. Who are we going to be facing? How many days' time is it? We'll find out in a moment, and then we'll be back for that in the next episode. Well, the draw has changed shape now, and I think they're trying to give us the biggest possible tests in the build-up to this final at the World Cup. The quarter-final is against France, the 2nd-ranked team in the world. So that'll be the next episode, the quarter-final, and hopefully, if we can make it, the semi-final too. What I'd love is Sunday to be the finale of the series, and it to be the World Cup final. We'll wait and see if that works out, of course, but if you did enjoy the episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the 2 performances and results. The only positive for this France game, we've got 6 days off. And yes, they got through in 90 minutes, but they've only had 5. So it should level out overall. If you want to stay up to date, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You can find playlists in the eye above, including the Build a Nation with Bangor City. I'd encourage everyone to go and give it a try. It's been one of my favourite ever series from Football Manager. And I hope to see you next time as we face France in the quarterfinals of the World Cup.